If you're noticing dark spots appearing on your hands, face, or arms, I want you to listen carefully, because there's something here that most people don't know. Dark spots aren't just a superficial skin problem, they're a sign that the exact same kind of damage is forming in your brain, heart, and lungs as well. If you're seeing them on the outside of your body, chances are they're forming throughout your entire body as well. And contrary to what people call age spots, they're not just a natural part of getting older. They're a signal. Your body is actually trying to tell you something. So today I want to explain to you what these spots really mean. How are they related to aging both inside and outside the body, and how can you naturally get rid of them? Alright, let's break it down. Most people think that dark spots are caused by sun exposure, and yes, sunlight does indeed play a role in their formation. But that's not the whole story, and it's not exactly the main reason why they appear. Because what is really happening is that dark spots are actually a visible sign of something much bigger going on. A process called fibrosis. Fibrosis means that the tissues throughout your body, like your heart, lungs, and even your skin, gradually start to stiffen and act like scar tissue over time. This stiffness prevents your organs from functioning the way they should. For example, in the heart, fibrosis can prevent the muscle from relaxing properly between beats. This is called diastolic dysfunction, and it becomes extremely common as we age. In the lungs, fibrosis makes it harder to take a deep breath. Now here's the connection. The same process that causes stiffness in your heart and lungs also happens in your skin. So when you see dark spots forming on your skin, it's not just a simple or superficial change in color. It's actually a visible warning sign of tissue damage that may have affected your entire body long before you even noticed it. So the primary culprit is a process called glycation. This happens when sugar molecules in your body attach to proteins, especially when heat is involved, and form sticky compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. These AGEs break down collagen, stiffen tissues, and accelerate visible aging, including wrinkles and dark spots. And these same AGEs are also found in stiffened tissue, as well as damaged hearts and lungs. So again, this isn't just about your skin. Glycation affects your entire body as a whole. So what makes glycation worse? Most people know that sugar is part of the problem. But what they don't know is that protein is the other half of the equation. In fact, for glycation to happen, you need both sugar and protein. So even meals that might seem healthy at first glance, like grilled chicken topped with a sweet sauce or a protein bar that contains sugar alcohols, can actually create a perfect storm for forming advanced glycation end products or AGEs. This is especially true if you cook your food at high temperatures. Grilling, toasting, these cooking methods significantly increase the likelihood of this problem occurring. So, which ones are truly the worst offenders? Burnt or charred meat, that flavorful crispy crust on a steak? No. They're all called AGEs, and when you eat them, you absorb these compounds. Toasted bread and grilled sandwiches also contain them. They're all to blame. And sweet sauces and grilled sausages are also full of AGEs. So here's the problem. In the past, you didn't eat protein powder or consume protein bars. If you ate an animal or a plant that contained protein, digesting that protein took a lot of energy. But when you suddenly consume protein that has already been broken down, that protein quickly floods into your bloodstream. Your mitochondria, which are able to use protein as a source of fuel, become overwhelmed by this unusually large supply of broken down protein. When the mitochondria in your body are unable to convert all that protein into energy, they direct it to be stored as fat. Now, something interesting that I've seen time and again in hospitals is that patients who eat more plant-based protein, things like lentils, nuts, and hemp, have much lower levels of insulin-like growth factor, or IGF-1. Why is this a good thing? It turns out that very elderly people, those in their late 90s and early 100s, have very low levels of IGF-1. Unfortunately, high levels of this hormone are associated with rapid aging, excessive tissue growth, and more dark spots. Plant proteins have a different amino acid structure and do not raise IGF-1 like animal proteins do, and they are less likely to cause glycation, especially if they are cooked slowly. So let's get to the main solution. If you want to reduce dark spots and slow down the aging process both inside and outside your body, this is what I recommend. 1. Add more plant protein to your diet. 2. Reduce your intake of sugar and excess protein. 3. Avoid cooking with high heat. 4. Eat foods rich in polyphenols every day, such as various berries, pomegranate, extra virgin olive oil, and even very dark chocolate. 5. Use a clean mineral sunscreen. And 6. Prioritize your gut health because healthy skin starts with the gut. Alright, let me tell you the story of one of my patients, a couple in their late 60s whose hands and feet were covered with dark spots, followed the diet I explained in this video for a year. The following year, when they were returning from a trip, the wife suddenly said to him, "Look at your hands." He looked at his hands, which were on the steering wheel, and almost swerved off the road. Why? Because his dark spots had disappeared. When I saw them, all the spots on his hands were gone. He had followed the protocol, and it had worked for him. Now, there are a few common questions that people usually ask. Is melasma the same as dark spots? No. Melasma isn't the same, but it's treated in exactly the same way. Melasma is also another sign that you have insulin resistance. It's another warning on your skin surface that something is really wrong inside your body. What about white spots? White spots are actually a lack of pigment and can be due to 2 reasons. One is vitiligo, which is an autoimmune disease. And the good news is that with certain programs we've managed to reverse many cases which have been shared on this channel. The other reason is a simple fungal infection. So, to sum up, dark spots are not just a sign of aging. It's a sign of damage, and what's happening on your skin is very likely also occurring in your heart, lungs, and even your brain. So if you see these spots appearing, don't just cover them up. Use them as a signal to take timely action. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. Please like and hit the hype button below the video so this video can reach more people. Write in the comments which country and city you're watching this video from. Also, watch these videos for more information. Until the next video, take care.